Hi everyone, this is Orchid. Yes, I know I've been missing in action for a while, but I found myself in a situation where I was saying yes to just about everyone. And I have to be honest and say, part of that had to do that there were certain benefits to me also. And I have to be also honest and say the returns on my time invested was actually quite good. And after the 3 months of just running nonstop, I had to take a month off just to rest and do nothing. So here I am. Thanks for having me, guys. What you're looking at is an old coffee table of mine. If you're from New York and you remember Levitz, you know that this table is probably more than 10 years old. It is made of solid wood, has seen better days. It's all beaten and scratched. The bottom is a metal, and this is what rustic furniture looked like back then. Now, I thought the weight was due to the bottom. Actually, it's hollow steel. The weight is actually all on top. This table weighs about 40 pounds without the drawers. I can't move this on my own. It's way too heavy. So I didn't want to mess up the woodwork, so I decided to go with a peel and stick paper. Found this on Amazon. It was 7.50 a roll. These were very small rolls, and I used two. Now, I don't have a very good history with putting peel and stick paper on furniture. Wallpaper, yes, but peel and stick, regular peel and stick, no. So I started by, setting up the line, and I'm gonna follow this line and I'll get it on straight and I won't have a lot of problems. And I initially started, doing this fairly well. And as you know, with peel and stick paper, whether it's regular or wallpaper, it's good to have like an old credit card that, to use to kind of smooth the paper onto the surface. You don't want to have any bubbles. You want to have a perfect finish. But if you look closely, you'll see that I was drifting away from that line I drew first, and this proved to be such a disaster for me. It was so hard getting the second piece on the same way that I did the other one. Many tries ripping the paper. That's another thing. If you decide to use this paper, just remember it's easy to rip, so you have to be very gentle. In the end, what I did was I peeled along the lengthwise edge, and then I glued it, pasted on, not glue, pasted on in the center of the table. Then I smoothed the paper from the top outward. And that was the only way I could have gotten as close to a seamless look as possible. Of course, when you get to the edges, you're going to do your smoothing and seaming with your, card and your fingers, folding under, insert in those areas. This didn't affect the drawers, moving in and out smoothly because the paper is so thin. Another thing too is that the paper is so soft that you could use your fingernails to make the seam, and then you just peel away the excess pieces. This is why I'm reminding you again, if you decide to use this paper, you have to be very gentle. Now, with regards to the drawer fronts, I took those off because the drawers themselves are also heavy, and this would also make it much easier for me to adhere the paper onto the front. And it's the same process of cleaning the surface, putting on the paper, smoothing edges, the same process. I personally like working with peel and stick paper, especially when I don't want to commit to a finish. This is the way you could test the waters to see, you want to do a piece of furniture in a certain color. Use peel and stick, see, live with it for a few weeks, and then you can, decide what you want to do. With the bottom, it's paint. I can spray it whatever color I want. If I don't like it, I go back. I use the Krylon Brilliant Gold. The only issue with this for me, it looked a little bit more like a rose gold, but I can live with that. It wasn't too rosy. And here she is, guys. So for less than $20, the old battered beaten up table now looks like a modern, fresh new piece. And I didn't mess up the original finish of the table. I can always go back to the old look if I want to and sand and smooth and restain the old surface. Um, Wish I did a little better at some of my edges. Had a little scratch there, but I discovered if you just peel, cut a little piece and cover whatever scratch area you have, it just disappears. These would look great with acrylic pulls, but those can run as much as $15 each, and I would need 6 here. I don't think I want to spend that much money on pulls. So I had these acrylic sticks, and I think they use them to display pastries. I just tape them together using peel and stick paper, or you can glue them together. And I tried gluing them together, and I was surprised. It actually worked. I used the E6001 and the Dollar Tree glue on the other, and I found the adhesive from Dollar Tree did a much better job. Was much easier to work with, dried much faster. And again, me don't not wanting to marry a project, I actually tape them on. Now that I see what they look like, and now that I'm in deep love, deeply in love, I'm gonna glue them on permanently. Let me know what you think, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Bye now.